Oh, hello everyone, this is Paulie Sarantino, and today is a very special day. We're going to be showing off and showcasing some of the best games on the TurboGrafx 16! Oh boy! What a video do we have in store for you guys today? That's right, we're going to be showing off a lot of TurboGrafx 16 games, and boy oh my, there's a lot of good ones, there really are. But that's not the only reason I made this video. No, not just to show off the games, but also to tell and remind people of how goddamn good the TurboGrafx 16 video game console was. They think of the Sega, the Nintendos, the Sony. But a lot of you gamers out there, especially you much younger, much dumber gamers, do not remember the TurboGrafx 16. For good reason. It's easy to forget about it because it's not covered nearly as much as the other video game consoles. Now don't get me wrong, there are lots and lots of gamers out there that are yapping away on the internet forums talking about how good of a console the TurboGrafx is. But to your average Joe, they have no idea. Now the name might ring a bell, but I think that has more to do with the name being totally fucking badass. That's right, TurboGrafx 16 is a very cool name for a video game console, especially for one that came out so long ago. Yes, it's also called the PC Engine in other regions, but I prefer the name TurboGrafx 16, mainly because they spell TurboGrafx with an X. It's very 90s, it's very badass, it's very cool. So it's an incorrect spelling, but it is totally appropriate for the kind of video game console it is. It just doesn't listen to the rules, you know? It just kicks it away. It doesn't listen to the rules in a good way. It's not like Sonic Extreme. That didn't listen to the rules of being a good video game. That didn't listen to the rules of actually being playable. That's why that shit never came out. And it's not good. It's also not like ESPN Extreme Games for the PlayStation 1. That game wasn't very good. They also don't listen to the rules. The Lake Tahoe level was actually very good. And the soundtrack was really ass-kicking. And the bass player's just slapping his way. He's slapping that shit all the way home, yeah. Actually, Extreme Games might be okay. Anyway, TurboGrafx knew exactly what it was doing when it came to naming that shit. It doesn't listen to rules. It doesn't take orders from nobody. It just kicks dicks all the way to the finish line, and it didn't care about the competition. Now, some people prefer the name PC Engine. I personally like TurboGrafx because it reminds me of the most fantastic 1994 on-rails shooter by Midway, Revolution X with Aerosmith. Oh my goodness. What an underrated gem that game really is. If I'm stuck in a cellar with no key, but I can play one video game, Revolution X, baby. That's what I'm playing. Non-stop. April Fools! I'm just kidding. Revolution X sucks tits. That game is not good at all. My goodness gracious. It's a stinky old nutsack, that game. Oh boy. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to enlighten those people. The casuals and the gamers of today that are just a bunch of dumb schlups. So we're going to talk about the TurboGrafx 16, a little bit of history before I show you these fantastic games. The TurboGrafx 16 games.
The next generation video game, TurboGrafx 16.
The software library on this video game console.
Graphics 16, a live video game.
Is arguably just as good as anything that you love that's near and dear to your heart for the Super NES and the Sega Genesis. And this is a bold claim. I might get a little bit of slack from this one, but I would say the TurboGrafx 16 games hold up better today for replayability and just fun factor than a big majority of the Super NES and the Sega Genesis games. So hold my feet to the fire, play it, and prove me wrong. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a history, a brief history lesson, so you know about the TurboGrafx 16, why it's so awesome, but why it did so shitty. Now I'm gonna make this quick. The information I'm gonna give you, it's gonna be brief, because the TurboGrafx is all about the games, and boy, God, are they fun to play. I just want to play the things. I don't even want to give a goddamn history lesson. But I gotta do my duty to help inform all those walnut-brained fatheads out there. So here we go. A brief, but very informative history lesson of the TurboGrafx 16 / I'm gonna put a slash there, PC Engine. The PC Engine, released in Japan, came out almost 4 years after the launch of the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And to all the knuckleheads out there who don't know who those companies are, well, NEC, they're a hardware manufacturer. They're known for making a bunch of computer shit. They make monitors and stuff. They're a good company. And then we got Hudson Soft. They make a bunch of the Bomberman games. And they're also known because their logo is very, very cute. It's got a little bumblebee on there, and it says Hudson Soft. Very, very sweet and inviting. When it was released, it was not marketed as a 16-bit console, but basically the NES killer. That's right, it was the system that just blew the Nintendo Entertainment System right out of the water and it just kicked the dicks right out of the pants. Even though the Nintendo Entertainment System was wildly successful and very popular, the PC Engine still did very, very well in Japan. It was a real hit. Actually, fun fact, in the year 1988, the PC Engine outperformed and outsold Nintendo's system for the entire year. That's no small feat. NEC and Hudson Soft decided that it's time to release and market their system to America. Man, the PC Engine was on fire. So what happened? What went wrong? Well, in Japan, nothing went wrong. It did pretty well all around. But when it released in North America, oh boy, what a big, shitty... There's a lot of different reasons that people will give as to why it did so bad. But I'm just gonna lay it out. The reasons are pretty simple. One, it came out in late 1989, almost 2 full years after it released in Japan. The reason that they released it so late is because they had to market it for America. What that means is just make the shit big.
Make it all big and bulky, because Americans like their video game consoles tough. They like it rugged. They want to be able to throw it across.
Stupid. God, that's so dumb. Every popular video game console that was big and fat got revised to be slim and sleek. So to release and brand the console in North America, they decided that the name, no go, and the design of the system, no go. They said PC Engine was not a very workable term for the American audience, and they went with TurboGrafx 16. That's fine. That's fine, because the name kicks ass. The name's fine. The name's fantastic. People would never have had a problem with the name, whether it was popular or not. Doesn't matter. It was not good for an American audience because it was too cutesy-wootsy. It was too little and compact. For whatever reason, that fantastic design was a negative selling point in America. And look at this thing. I'm going to show this to you. The PC Engine is the most cutesy-wootsy little console of all time. I believe that still today, the PC Engine is the smallest home console that's ever been released. Look at it, it's so tiny and cute. So what do? Forget all that shit. We're just gonna put it in a big old shitty black box. And we're gonna call it the TurboGrafx 16. I mean, listen, it doesn't look horrible, but it's nothing special. It's almost like if Sony Betamax and Atari Jaguar made a baby that they never wanted, and they plopped it on out, and there you get a TurboGrafx 16. It's just a forgettable looking system. It's really nothing special. Bigger than it needs to be. It's just not very good. And the problem with that is that for whatever reason, it took them goddamn 2 years to get their shit together to release it like that in the United States. And when they finally released it, the Brainiacs over there decided to release it a couple weeks after the Sega Genesis came out. You know, the Sega Genesis.
Genesis brings you the dazzling Sega Genesis, brings the arcade experience home. Genesis system and games.
Now, Sega already got people excited for the Genesis. They had a bunch of ads. It was in a bunch of magazines. There was commercials for it. They were telling everybody how it was the next big thing. It was the next step, the next generation of video games, 16 bits, high definition graphics. People got excited. The TurboGrafx just kind of came out at the exact same time with none of that marketing. What are they thinking? The systems only had one controller port. One. Like what the fuck are you thinking? There was consoles before it that always had two. Why were they like, oh, you know, it'd be a great idea? We're gonna have a bunch of games that have multiplayer. We're gonna have a bunch of games that a bunch of people can play together. Big groups of fun. But, you know, it'd be a great idea if we actually just only had one control port. Like, holy shit. What was going through their goddamn mind? I can't figure it out. I can't figure out what was going through their mind to make a system that had a ton of multiplayer games, but only have one controller port. I mean, geez, I know the 3DO did something stupid like that too. It only has one controller port, but at least it does that stupid ass daisy chain thing where you plug one controller into the other controller and pass it down to your friends. How it's still very stupid, but at least they did that. There we go. This is fine. So what you had to do, you had to buy this stupid ass adapter that just kind of like hung off the side, and then it gives you 5 ports. 5 for 5 players, not 2, not 4, 5. Because there's tons of 5-player games. So many, I can't even tell you all of them. There's just so many. There's just so many I'm thinking of. One controller port. We're sorry. Here's 5. Here's 5 controller ports. It was a terrible decision. And if I was a kid, I could see myself not buying the fucking thing because it only had one controller port. What the hell are they thinking? There is nothing else important to say about the TurboGrafx 16. It was a fantastic system. It did really well in Japan, and it did very shitty in America. The timing was bad. It came out after the Sega Genesis, and it only has one controller port. It was just too little, too late. But hey, now's not the time to be sad. No, I'm not sad. Look at me. I'm not sad. I turned that fucking frown right upside down when I started playing these games. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play some of these games. Actually, I already did play them. I recorded myself. They're very good. So don't overlook the TurboGrafx 16. My God, don't do it. Because it's fan-fucking-tastic. Buckle your safety belts. Because you're in for a wild ride. Yeah. Oh boy, here we got Final Soldier. The graphics are nice and pretty, good colors, and it's fast, it's fluid, and the music, oh my God, the music is just tearing up that heart of yours, getting you into the moment, you know? Boss battles here, they're very different. They're a little bit different than what you're used to when you're playing a shoot 'em up. I like them. It's very classy. Very fun game. Worth all your attention and time. God damn, play this thing. Play it. Super Air Zonk. Oh my goodness. Super Air Zonk is a sequel to Air Zonk, I believe. So it's got a cute little interface and you play as Zonk, which I think Zonk is related to Bonk. Zonk is more of a badass, you know? So Zonk's he's got sunglasses. He's got a little cool strip of blonde hair. Looks like a lightning bolt. Maybe it is a lightning bolt, not sure. But man, it's a fun game. It's got good music, great graphics, cool bosses. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun all the way through. Some people might not like this because they're like, oh, Paulie, it's a little too childish for me. Okay, fuckface. I don't like to play games that look like cartoons because I'm an adult. God. What an unimaginative person you have to be to have that kind of mindset. You turn into different things. Your ship turns into like a different animal thing. It could be like a toad or a beetle. Not really fucking sure, to be honest. There's no reason not to play this game. All the slop you're downloading on the indie spring sale on Xbox or PlayStation, those games don't hold tits to Air Zonk. Got some fantastic boss levels here. Some fantastic boss designs. Like this boss right here, he's a big fucking robot. Very clever, very good. I'm enjoying it. Oh boy, Ninja Spirit. Okay, Ninja Spirit's a good one. And you know what, to be honest, some people might know of Ninja Spirit. It was a pretty popular game. It's got a little bit of a following. It's one of the early TurboGrafx 16 games. So what that means is that, you know, it looks good, it's nice to look at, but it also looks kind of shitty. Anyway, you're this ninja dude. I think you're a dude. I'm not really sure from the way it looks. Could have long hair, could be a girl, but it could just be a ninja rocking a long hair bun. I'm not 100% sure. You're just jumping around, doing your ninja thing. Swift one hit kills on all the enemies. You get power-ups that give you like clones of yourself, little ninja clones. Now the TurboGrafx, one thing I noticed when playing a lot of TurboGrafx games, they're more fair. They have a better difficulty curve. It's a lot nicer than a lot of the slop that you would see from the older games, especially like the 8-bit games, the NES games. Oh! Have fun playing your Bayou Billy, or whatever the fuck. Legend of Hero Tonma. I don't know. So you're this knight guy. It's a pretty game. I'm not sold on the character design. Guy looks like a little bit of a fruitcake. He walks around like he has a load in his pants, and he always looks kind of scared, like you're spooking him all the time. Like he's always worried. Anyway, it's fun though. You get your power-ups, you go through the levels. It's well designed. You get keys to open doors. It's almost like if those Alex Kidd games for Sega, if those games had a nice set of balls on them, they would play a lot like this game, Toma. It's not my favorite game in the catalog, but you know, it's absolutely fun. It's worth playing. There's nothing wrong about it. There's nothing that's gonna make you, you know, shit yourself in frustration. Here we got Shockman. Shockman's a fun game to talk about. I really like it. You start out by picking the boy or the girl character. I picked the girl character, which is funny, because when you're playing the game, they're still talking to you like you're a boy. They're like, get him! What's he doing? The whole time, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not a dude. I'm a dudette. Music, pretty ass kicking right from the start. They got big old expressions. They got those big anime eyes when stuff happens. I like that. One thing that I don't really understand with the TurboGrafx games, there's certain games that try very hard to be exactly like other games and other game franchises that are very popular. Shockman's a perfect example because it's trying really hard to be just like Mega Man. You got your doctor who looks like he looks exactly like Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily. Oh boy. If you want to check out some good voice acting, Mega Man 8.
But I've never seen this type on Earth.
Some of the most fantastic voice acting in any video game.
Cover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
Shockman. So, It tries to be exactly like Mega Man in the way it presents itself, but it doesn't play exactly like Mega Man. It really doesn't. So sure, you shoot shit out of your hand, kind of like the cannon that Mega Man's got, but at the same time, the way the enemies come in, it's not the same as Mega Man. This might be a little bit more like the Mega Man X series and how it plays and gameplay, but at the same time, it also reminds me a bit of like a Gunstar Heroes, you know? It's a little bit of a mix-up. It tries to be just like Mega Man in presentation, but to me, it comes off like a game on its own. There's some weird areas where you go into your ship and you have like underwater shooter levels. It's a good time. It's better than the shitty Mega Mans, but it's shittier than the good Mega Mans, if that makes sense. If you guys don't know what Lords of Thunder is, time to wake the fuck up, because this is one of the best goddamn games that you'll be able to play. It really is. The music is so ass-kicking, the gameplay is so incredibly badass, and the way the whole game is laid out is fan-fucking-tastic. So you pick this Lord, ship, demon creature thing, whatever the fuck. You pick different elements, like Captain Planet. You know, you do earth, water, fire, wind. I think that's all 4. Anyway, then you pick a level, like it's like a continent on a make-believe world. Every player has a different attack style. Some I like a lot more than the others. You're constantly collecting these little power-ups, these little orbs that are flying around like that. And the orbs will increase your energy stats. That's what you got up there in the top. It just makes you more fucking badass. When you're at level 3 for your power, man, you're a beast. The music, it's just rocking the fuck out the whole time. The guitar player, I'm not sure who it is, but I would love to see some behind-the-scenes footage of him just, you know, just shredding his dick off on those solos. My lord. I have a pet peeve about this game and a lot of other TurboGrafx games, especially the CD games with kick-ass music. You don't have an option to change the sound dials around. When a game has real kick-ass music, I love to have the music at like 100%. Then I usually have the sound effects at like 60 or 70%. You can still hear everything that's going on, but you're rocking the fuck out while you're doing so, you know? Anyway, this game doesn't do that, but I'll let it slide because it's so badass. If you're wondering why the soldier guy's collecting all the jewels, the jewelies, there's this beautiful little wizard lady that sells you goods. She sells items, and they're really badass, and they really get you right in gear for the next stage. You're really ass-kicking. You can power yourself up, you can give yourself more bombs, you can add a continue to the mix if you want, bump your shield up. You are just fucking going crazy when you have a lot of jewels. Be careful though. If you use all your jewelies and you die in that same level, you're fucked. Reset. Reset the game and start again. Alright, so based on this introduction screen, I believe this game is import only. I don't know what that says. I'll look it up. I think the game's something like Chobiki Iniki or something like that. So it's going to be on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, so it's a very popular game. It's a great game, but it's one of the weirdest goddamn games you'll play. Look at this. This game is so weird and out there that it makes Katamari Damacy look like MLB 2K1. So you play as these weird flamboyant muscle men, right? And the music's very strange. The backdrops and the scenery's all very, very weird. It's all bonkers. It's bonkers. But goddamn, it's really good. The actual gameplay mechanics are really fun. You collect a bunch of your little sexy muscle men, and they twirl around with you. Then you fight these weird boss things, and the music's just... It's interesting because it's always changing. The music and the scenes and the enemies, it's changing so frequently. The consistency when it comes to the levels and the music and the presentation, it's not very consistent. But my lord, the weirdness and the little muscle man dances, they're consistent, you know? This is a game that you would immediately write off if you didn't know anything about it, but once you start playing it, my god, just watch. I don't know how this thing got released, but I'm sure as hell happy that it did. It's a really good one, my lord. And to really put the icing on the cake for this game is when you die, the continue screen. Oh my lord. It is just... It's something that you won't get out of your head, and I'm very glad to be showing it to you guys right now. Watch this.
5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3 2 1
What the fuck is that all about, right? Okay, so we got Newtopia 2. It's exactly like Zelda. Exactly. It's fucking exactly like Zelda. It does not try to hide it. It does not give two shits. It's like, yeah, we need a Zelda game, so we're gonna make it exactly like Zelda. It's not really a bad thing, to be honest. There's not that many games that are like the top-down 2D Zelda games. There really aren't. And I have no problem with this being a complete ripoff because it's a lot of fun. But my God, look at it. Does not give a fuck. It's exactly like Zelda. It's like, whatever. Yep, we're gonna be exactly like it. We don't care. Do something about it. Now the music doesn't try to be like Zelda. It just tries to be normal old badass. But the characters, they're the pigs and everything. It's exactly like Zelda. It's crazy. They don't care. But play, it's fun. It's a fun one to play. We got Devil's Crush. Devil's Crush is a game that's very well known. If you know what badass video games are all about. And which is kind of funny because it's a fucking pinball game. It's a pinball game. But don't write that off. Pinball games are actually completely fucking badass. The graphics are very neat. They're very spooky. You got some dead people over there. You got some skull faces. You got some little skeleton spiders. You got some demonic toads. You got this girl up here who looks all sweet and nice. But then you start attacking her. And she starts getting nasty looking. Oh boy, she starts looking evil and mean. It's true. Look at that. Oh boy. The music is just 100% kick-ass. It just kicks ass through and through, start to finish. There's a lot of secret little ways you can go. It opens up a bunch of stuff. You start playing, and you're like, this is okay. But then you get into it a little bit, and you're like, God damn, this is fucking fantastic. I can't stop playing it. Move over, Lords of Thunder. We got Gate of Thunder. Now, Gate of Thunder is a horizontal shooter. It's really good. This one's really fucking fun. It looks great. There's a lot of stuff going on. You got mechs. You got spaceships. You have little buddy spaceships that connect to you, and they shoot even more. The weapons are great. There's a lot of stuff happening in the level. The music is fantastic. So good. But it's buried under the sound effects, and you cannot change that shit, like I was saying earlier. But it's the worst. It's way worse than Lord of Thunder. You can't hear. It's so hard to hear, but they're there. So if you just want to listen to some sweet-ass tunes, go on YouTube and search Gate of Thunder official soundtrack. You'll find yourself in for a real treat. It's very, very good. This one's a lot of fun. A lot of good animations from the enemies. A lot of good animations in the whole levels. The level designs are fantastic. It might not have quite as much polish as some of the heavy hitters, but it's a good one. It's a lot of fun, and there's no reason you should not be checking this bad boy out. Superstar Soldier is close to perfect gets when it comes to these kind of shooters. You start out with a great introduction screen and a very memorable song right off the bat. A song that'll stick in your head for a long time. It's one of those fantastic songs that you just can't get out of your head. As soon as you hear it, you know what game it's from, and you just want to run back and start playing some more. It's a challenging game, but it's not too hard. It's not so frustrating like some other shooters out there that after you lose so much, you just want to go in your kid's room and fucking break all their toys, you know? Interesting bosses, great graphics, great music, nice level designs. There's really not much bad to say about this game. It's really fucking fun. And I saved the best for last. My God, That game right now is Star Paradiers. I said that game is Star Paradiers. I say it, Star Paradiers. So it's more or less a spin-off game of the Star Soldier series. Same developer, I believe, but it is just in your face with cuteness. My God, you play with all these different Hudson Soft characters. Be Bomberman himself, or you can actually be a little PC Engine, which is so cute and so fun. You have insane special moves. The PC Engine can shoot out little cartridges, and then when you upgrade to the CD, start shooting the CDs all out. It's so fun. Even if you put aside the immense amounts of cuteness and the incredible charm that this game has, the actual gameplay and the bosses and the levels, it's up there. Seriously, some of the best stuff I've ever played, and I played a lot. It's a whole lot of fun. Oh my God, it's so fun. The graphics are fantastic. It's so colorful. It's so pretty. Every level is very different from one another. So you're in for a treat every time you complete a level and get to the very end. The music, let me say this right now. The music is so good, front to back, that for this whole video, the only music you've been hearing, with the exception of when I'm playing these games, is all from this game right here. It is so goddamn fun. I mean, to be honest, there's been times where I'm just blasting that from my loudspeakers and just dancing around the house. The neighbors might get a little mad, but you know what? You can little fuck himself. That's really it. I advise you guys to check all these games out. There's many more that are very popular as well that I just decided not to include. The majority of this video is basically telling you how the TurboGrafx 16, the PC Engine, they fucked up, you know? They didn't do that good. They could have done a lot better sales-wise, because the systems are just fantastic. And the games are fantastic. And they hold up so good today. I hope more people play it. I hope more people play these games. And the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, whenever the fuck that's coming out, I think it was supposed to be out, but it got delayed. I think it's $100. That might seem steep, but I think the games that are on there, they're all really, really good, and there's like 50-some games or something. So as long as everything plays fine and the emulation's good, it's a no-brainer. Get that little thing and play these games. My Lord. Have fun, guys. Have a good time. Stay safe. Stay home. Keep playing your fucking games, and I'll keep talking to you about the games. Play games. Most importantly, stay comfortable.